Nagabenta ki khubor baman kasni pet but subscribe ya u Antor News. Blay phi baro kinigilong ki khubor bamta kasni. Unong yalam kalyang persha u Dr. Mukul Sangma ulay thu syakilat pathai khubor hakasni palay ban pensyai bat ai jingsneng halor ka Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act MRSSA. Ula kado pagkanikaan na pelong banyo ya ka jings ngosngan bar ka jingsya sumar na kabenta kinong syongsnong jong ka jylla. Lingba ka rukom trikam kabala aibor bat balabu renti. U Dr. Sangma ula pensyai baka thong jong ka sorkar habas dang ya kanikaan kalong bantau ka rukom pensngan ka jong ka jylla. Kabala ban trikam hi daladi ta MRSSA kadai ka jingpen kre gababnya bar kelas dang trikam hagi katu kat ni ki thanat pulin hagi benta syathi jong ka jylla. Kani kamdei tangga jingtmu bet henrei kadai ka jingpen kre banyarab yaki bor sensyar bar ki bor pulit ban trei bha. Ula penpau ya ka jing sngokya bahadu mentaru ki thanat pulit kimpat don satya yaki CCTV lani ki tiar ban pet perman ula ong. Hadu mentabun ki thanat pulit kimpat la banyo ya kani ka jing don jing em kani kadai ka ei ka bangila persyang banne ha kapor bangi bat ya ka sensyar kani kadai ka jing pensyong nongrim ka Donkam bha. U Dr. Sangma ulo ong baka MRSSA kamdei tang ka jing yo jing tim syapang ki briu. Henrei kalong ka rukom penkre ban tip kloy ban pet perman bat ban ai jing yarap kloy habadon kinu-kinu ki jing jia. Toda tharai ladang ila pentrei kamlut ya kani kaan drones jingtip ha kapor jong ka jingja jingnum jingtip ha karukom ka berhenti ngila ban ai jingyaram bade AA kloy bha ula penram. Ula ongru baka MRSSA kalong ka balabu ha kaan bar kalawan lingba ka jingpen bet benya ka jingkran sngotu lang bar ka jingpen syong nongrim ka bating Kani kaan omdei kabla shim basuk henrei kabla pelong daki minsim badon jing start ban pet ya kala wei jong ka jylla ula ong. Haga bakat du u Dr. Sangma ula penpa bawat haki jylla ki baklam don jingma na ki le no ru kalong ka badon kam bandon yaki an pensngan kum ka MRSSA ka jing penkre kam dei tang ban syanya haki jingma bapau persya henrei banong ki bala ban pet yaki ki bala ban wan ha kala wei ula ong ban penkot.
Over the decades that every successive government have embarked upon to ensure that the state is somehow capable of ensuring the kind of peaceful environment for its citizens, to ensure the sense of a safe and secure environment within the state. You will very easily recollect when we embarked upon this concept of safe and secure cities, starting with the state capital, then extended it to different district capitals. We all had this initiative which was launched in the Sadar police station, Shillong, long time back. After we did exhaustive due diligence on the need to ensure that you are able to know what is happening in every nook and corner of the city of Shillong, as well as the district capitals and the highways which connect these state capital and district capitals. And this was further reinforced by the mandate of the law, Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act. You go through the act. The legal mandate and the binding responsibility of the state to ensure safe and safety of the citizens is reflected very precisely factored in the law, because we know that these are necessary. These are not for the purpose of any engagement of rhetoric to show that okay, you are doing this, you are doing that, but these are things which you need to do even silently without even telling people. Now unfortunately, do you have that kind of infrastructural support which was embarked upon during that time? Do you see even the police stations are not covered by round the clock 24/7 CCTV? As I have been told, by many men and women of the police organization themselves. They have confided in me. So also the people, so also the friends from media. Now, why is it necessary? Because leveraging upon all the inputs that is available for the government and all the concerned officers at different levels to understand the challenges that confront us on a regular basis from the law and order perspective, from the safety and security of the citizens perspective, so that you have all the necessary inputs and all the paraphernalia that is required to ensure that is it there. But in as far as the government is concerned, the government prior to this incumbent government, we have already understood this importance of these whole necessary interventions to support the law enforcing agencies and to support the citizens to know what is happening, and based on which you can have preventive measures. And also these exercises also acts as deterrents to any adventurism to create any kind of situation which we are witnessing now. Now you have also therefore you have every reason to believe that if this whole infrastructure requirement which were initiated upon by our government during my time as the chief minister, if this should have been understood from the perspective of the importance of these additional interventions as indispensable additional collateral interventions to ensure that the government of the day or the law enforcing agencies are capable of coming up with any knowledge about anything that happens or any unforeseen challenges of similar nature which has unfortunately taken place can be handled immediately, and there will be a prompt action and prompt response and there will prompt resolution. Now you start searching with drones, you start searching by bringing in people from here and there, but if you would have had this whole system in place which is already mandated by the law, Meghalaya's Resident Safety and Security Act. This is a comprehensive law. It is designed, as I have on number of occasions said, we must read this act and understand the mandate of this act and understand, the overall positive ramification, positive outcome of this whole implementation of the mandate of the act. Today, as a knee-jerk reaction, I see that okay, now you will put CCTV. Why didn't you put it in the first instance? We have started. We have shown the way. You had to only leverage upon it and extend it as per the law. Law is to guide you. It is not a personal whims and fancies, but it is a mandate of the law which has been an offshoot of a collective and comprehensive and exhaustive engagement. Any law that has been passed in the assembly. It is not for anything which is considered as not important. Every provision that is in the law is conceptualized based on importance of those provisions which are factored in the law. Now, in addition to that, do you have the manpower? Do you have the manpower? You have reckless driving. You have so many accidents on the road. Even the response time for the medical team to reach from the place of occurrence to the nearest hospital. Do you see any signboard indicating where the trauma center is? Do you see on the road? These are requirements. Therefore, you have aggregation of this whole infrastructure and information which is available before the media, which has been carried by media. That in addition to whatever has happened, what has happened is because of the number of people who are victims of substance abuse. Is it not that the media carried that story? That some people have confided that the whole fallout that took place was aggravated to that scale of chaos and disorder resulting in what we saw was because there were quite a substantial number of victims of substance abuse. Therefore, how can you rule out, in the instant case also, that this unfortunate incident has happened? Maybe because of whoever. It need not be a terrorist. No. Friends, now please take this particular point with utmost sense of seriousness and the gravity with which this particular issue is attached with. The states, even without any terrorist organization operating, even without any unlawful militant activities being visible in any parts of the state, this kind of law and order situation and unfortunate incident can happen. If you have too many frustrated young men and women in the state, if you have people who are considered as victim of nepotism and dislocation of their deserving livelihoods are taken away by people in authority or by malgovernance or lack of it. And also, when the government continues to be in denial mode rather than trying and putting all its efforts to somehow deal with the concern of the surge in the numbers of our youth who are becoming victims of substance abuse. I have told a number of times that these victims of substance abuse are result of failure of the government to deal with the peddlers. Where is the drugs coming from? Where is the drug coming from? And who are those who are involved in this peddling? You have seen on a number of occasions whenever there is a seizure of drugs, contraband drugs, the value is usually shared. That the such and such substance, drug which is meant for substance abuse has been seized, which is estimated to be of X amount of value. In crores, 4 crores, 10 crores, 30 crores, 100 crores. So that means this whole operation is being run by a cartel. Otherwise, any individual, can they afford to have that kind of investment? That in spite of a seizure of such where seizure of those drugs are of that amount, in terms of crores, not just 1 crore or 2 crore. You keep on seeing how many worth drugs have been seized in the whole Northeast for last 1 year? In thousands. Where is this money coming from? Who is running it? Therefore, the government of the day, not just Meghalaya government, every government of the Northeast must come together and find out ways and means to go after the cartel, break the cartel chain, save our next generation. So, I would like to definitely share the concern of every citizen about this loss of life of these our dear tourists who have chosen Meghalaya as probably the safest destination. I condole the unfortunate loss of life of this family, but at the same time there is no time to play politics. Whatever I have said, government must take cognizance of this. It may not be an act which is perpetrated by members belonging to any banned organization. It may not be an act of a member belonging to any militant outfit. But it can be because of what is already prevailing in the state of Meghalaya. So wake up. The citizens must wake up. All of us must wake up. I don't see that much of aggressive, focus. Priority is missing in this regard. You see what has happened. What is happening in elsewhere in the Western world? All because of forgetting the importance of going by the spirit of stitch in time. Stitch in time saves life. So let us do things right in time. We can still arrest this unfortunate momentum of surge of youth becoming victims of the substance abuse, and somehow see that our youth are somehow liberated from this bondage, and at the same time ensure that all these jobs which are lying vacant. I've been speaking about these vacancies for last few years. These are accumulating. The vacancies which we are talking about now are cumulative vacancies that has taken place over the years. Now, why the government doesn't want to fill up these vacancies on time? Why it takes so much of time?